What's up? This is Dr. Taylor at the Washington Wellness Center, and I want to share this paper with you real quick. It's just came out, and it's called A Novel Link Between Early Life Allergen Exposure and Neuroimmune Development in Children. And so this doctor is an MD. She's the director at the Institute of Integrative Immunology in Berkeley and is on staff at the UCSF Children's Hospital in Oakland. So what it says is, as COVID-19 unprecedented situation significantly increased the time families spend indoors, the awareness of unhealthy living conditions that negatively impact the immune system and early neurodevelopment of children is of crucial importance. What this paper did, what they looked at, is they looked at unrelated cases of kids who had allergies and asthma due to mold exposure, okay? And they looked at the immune shifts that could happen, and what they say basically in the conclusion, so these were the molds that they found, were found in all homes, and sensitization was confirmed in all cases. And talk about mycotoxin, dust mite protein, volatile organic compounds that are all associated with poor indoor air quality and mold exposure, all associated with it. And they said, we hypothesized that developing immune system exhibited aggressive responses due to environmental danger signals, subsequently Th1 or Th2 switch, which blah, 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 but if you're one of my patients, you know exactly what that means. But what it's saying is an increase due to COVID-19 lockdown may increase an amount of exposure of vulnerable people, being children, to indoor biological particles and volatile organic compounds that are present in unhealthy buildings. Basically what it's saying is if you have mold or water damage and we're spending more time indoors, and that's sensitizing your kids to where they have allergies and asthma, it's affecting their neurodevelopment. And that's what she's hypothesizing in this paper. And she goes through all the mechanisms of how that can happen. I'll show you one quick way of how that can happen. Here is something from a study, growth hormone deficiency, people that were exposed to mold. So there's 79 patients. 94% of them had sinus symptoms, 100% had a history of mold exposure, and we just go down here and see like 49% were vitamin D deficient, 73% of them had food allergies, and 30% had gluten intolerance, 73% had reflux with yeast overgrowth, 100% of them had fatigue or brain fog, 44% had human growth hormone or thyroid stimulating hormone problems, 81% hypothyroid, primary or secondary, and jumping around, but that's some of the mechanisms. So this paper is saying that if you're being exposed to poor air quality indoors and mold, you could be experiencing these things downstream, especially in the sensitive person, and especially in our kids, is what she's showing in that paper. So just kind of interesting, kind of scary, but very interesting. But why you need to purify your air, and why you need to just be very, very aware of mold and especially mycotoxin exposure.